Okay, this is Elijah Ignatieff with part two of Planetary Guardian Team number 2. And I'd like to give you first a little bit of homework before the next meeting. You guys are gonna have to come up with a team name, just so you know.
1 word, 2 words.
Whatever you want.
How about the potentialists?
I would like now to have each person give about 2 minutes and give me your 2-minute pitch on what you would love this team to achieve. How could you see this team doing something that you go, I would love to commit and be inspired by this? So Michel, actually, Laurie, why don't you start? Because you're the one initiating this, and maybe you want to give a little bit of hint to everybody else.
Well, I guess this is even kind of throwing me off, you guys. But we do have the Life Matters Learning Center going. How that's going to look, we're right at a point where we need to re-engage it and shift it. And what I'd like to see is, I just got a picture here, but I just didn't know how to get it on yet. How do we bridge the gap from the old paradigm to a new paradigm way of doing business? So it's business unusual instead of business as usual. And this couldn't be better timing. So I don't even know where that business unusual, that's a picture I had, Sylvia, on a vision board.
Oh, awesome.
Business unusual. So that's what I see. I see we're all in business in some capacity, whether in the business of our life, this life journey, whatever it be. Some of us are independently in business, like Michelle works from home in her own space all the time. I think this is, if we can't be in person, because I love to be in person, I love to hug, this is the next best thing and the way to do it to get it to the world. So that would be my wish, that this team can come together with our magnificence and our magic of who we are and who we are on our self-journey tour or course, that we can all bring that together and even start by enlightening the group that we surround ourselves with in the Learning Center to start with.
Okay, excellent. Sylvia, how about you?
I would love to see this team bring a new, as Laurie said, paradigm, but have it fun and exciting and never stop. Just keep rolling. Like as a group here, we keep growing and we bring our growth to other people so they can grow as well. So this group has to keep going with you, Elijah, and then the rest of us, whether it's individually as a group, we just keep moving it forward.
Excellent. Emmanuel?
I hope I'm going to answer your question correctly, because I feel like I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. But I think we're all really fortunate to have kind of the Learning Center as a base of kind of operations and a base of where we came from. And for me, like, the cooperative style is one that I find really interesting, because it revolves more around communication and less on authority, which is a different leadership model that I'm used to under kind of more authoritative type models. So hopefully using kind of some of this mapping stuff in the mapping strategy as a tool to cooperate better and learn how to function within a cooperative, using kind of my own map and learning about other people's maps, so we can, I guess, function as efficiently as you would under an authoritative structure without the need to be as authoritative. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. So if I can understand mapping better and connecting with other people through mapping, we could hopefully cooperate efficiently. I think cooperation is really awesome, but it tends to move a little bit slower and less tends to get done because we don't know how to connect properly. And it's probably a weakness of my own. I don't know how to connect in this fashion. Like typically at a workplace, there's a boss and a supervisor, a manager, everything else like that. Whereas for the cooperative, like, there isn't really a de facto president. I think a lot of people lean on Laurie as a leader, obviously as a connector, everybody else like that. But it's not fair to her for us to have that reliance upon her to facilitate everything if it's supposed to be a cooperative. So I'm hoping to kind of learn skills from here to communicate more efficiently with everybody else so we can get more done quicker, if that makes sense.
Awesome. Thank you. Michelle?
First, Laurie, when you were speaking, you reminded me of something I saw, and I just want to really quickly show you this that rolled by my feed. Can you see this?
Oh,
Oh, cool.
That's exactly what you said. And I
Oh
remembered
my-
seeing it.
oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Business is unusual. There you go. See, you're tapped into this energy out there. That is, things are settling in. Yeah, I think what everybody said. I think the word that popped to mind when Sylvia was speaking, then again when Emmanuel said, was get some momentum going. And what is it? There's timepieces or whatever that just keep going when you move your arm, and it's not efforting. It's just it's continual. And so being part of this group, and a group suggestion. I rarely ever remember my dreams or nuggets from my dreams or anything like that, but there was not too long ago a moment when I was just boom, almost woke up and went, oh, that's cool. And the word that popped into my brain was Michelle Wichar, potentialist. And I went, I'd never heard that word before in my life.
That's awesome.
And I don't know if it's even a real word or not, but I
Of course
suggest
it
we
is.
could be the potentialists. And yeah, just let's in the context of the Learning Center, once there's some, I don't know if it's ownership or clarity or a vision that we can all ground ourselves in and have a voice in, then it'll be like, well, let's do this, and off we go.
You're right.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I'd like to say, I guess, what I'd like to see and offer you. This is, again, what you just experienced or are experiencing is basically how it will go. I'll do 1 week one map a session, and you can see how easy that was, right? And I just want to ask you, do you think you could do what I just did with 4 other people?
Yeah.
Each of you?
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to do, pass on something that's simple. And right now I'm making $100 an hour, right? Everyone's paying me $25 to be here.
Yeah.
And the idea is that whatever I do with you, you can repeat, meaning at some point you'll be able to charge, you make $100 an hour doing exactly what I'm doing with you. Just passing on the maps, giving the value on, and this is how this information is going to spread. It's like, how many people out there could use 100 an hour? I mean, quite a few. And they're usually going to universities and they're spending, 4 years and $30,000. And they come out of that and they're making what, 25, 30 an hour if they're lucky. And so if we can figure out ways to economically help people to increase their lifestyle while changing their consciousness, do you think that'll sort of, be an easy sell, so to speak?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to see the unicorn go up and down.
Yep.
So again, like I've been researching this and designing for about 25 years. As Laurie knows, I really haven't been sharing it to the world much. I came out with about 28 card sets. When did you get them, Laurie?
I got mine in 2012. These are
So
my values.
2012. So 8 years ago, I had one of the prototypes at the level that at least Laurie has, but I made no manual and haven't done any teaching since then. I've just been designing and working and basically in my own little insane world. And so now, this is the time, 2020, to bring it to the world, and you are the second team to start to get training. So this is a holistic, value-centered business thinking system that you are going to get piece by piece by piece, and at some point you're going to go, holy cow. I mean, multi-dimensional thinking and where we're going, it just keeps on opening up and opening up and opening up. And I must warn you, it's a bit overwhelming because the learning curve and the type of experiences, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But you guys have a team to help each other. I didn't have a team.
Right.
So you're getting passed on all of, you're getting the fine tuning. You're getting like the best of the best. And it's my pleasure to share with you because I see, like, at least in Laurie's life, you know, how much a difference it can make to people. It's a very simple process, but very powerful.
Nice.
Any
You know,
response?
I love Gandhi. And one thing I always paid attention to, be the change you wish to see in the world. And it starts with you. I've shifted that a little bit. It sits on my house all the time on a little plaque, and it says, be the change that I wish to see in the world of business. Because every single one of us and people in society spend a lot of time in business, working, whatever it be, whether you're just a front-end person, we're spending time in business. So if we can help all those people in business develop to the best of who they can be, they're going to go home and be the best. They're going to be the best friend. They're going to be the best partner. They're going to be the best everything. And it starts right here in this environment we call work. Because we often put the context where, I got to go to work. I'm freaking excited to go to work, to be around the people that I surround myself with. So thank you again, the four of you. And Elijah, you're right. I could not imagine doing this alone, because we as humans are not meant to be here to do things alone. And this team we've got, wow, this is really cool. So 2020, second map, number 2 on my discovery process on the mapping system is economics. $100 an hour, you sit here, you inspire, you encourage people to be their best selves. How hard is that?
Awesome. Sylvia?
What was the question?
Well,
Listening to Laurie.
what's your question? Just maybe feedback or reflection on what I said, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, whether we do it, I think we are stronger doing it as a group, bringing people together to teach the new paradigm that you're teaching us. And I have a question. Can we e-transfer you some money?
Yeah. I know a few of you have done it already. I would like it in modules, so just kind of like 4 sessions at a time.
Okay.
Because anyway.
So like $100, you mean, for the 4 modules? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking too. Just $200. Okay.
And Emmanuel, did I give you enough time, Sylvia, for feedback? Or yep.
Okay, that's great. I guess another question is, can we do this weekly right now while this is going on?
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect.
Emmanuel?
As far as some feedback for you?
Thoughts, reflections on what I said?
Reflection, yeah.
I don't know that I have any more feedback. I think it's a positive exercise. I'm excited to understand better how getting my own maps in order and then connecting with other maps can, like we talked about, help the learning center out and help the communication. So that's definitely a positive thing, and looking forward to learning more about, because I haven't done much mapping before. I've kind of seen them throughout personal development, but it's not an area that I'm super familiar with. So excited to see how looking at things kind of from this different angle is going to help things out. And I know writing things down is kind of personal development 101, how it sticks in your head a little bit more, and you have a higher chance of accomplishing those goals. But I'd never actually heard of writing things down on paper that's movable. So as far as something I learned today, that was a different kind of twist on it. It's kind of cool. I didn't know the effect of moving things and how that could affect you psychologically. So that was, I guess, my insight of the day.
Wow.
Michelle?
It's nice to be able to use the technology that the world has and set an intention of having a different kind of meeting, not just a do, but just slow down. It's an interesting blend of divination and technology and seeing where the road leads and the new connections being made. It's lovely. It's a nice exploration.
Okay, so we're coming to the end, and I'd like you to sort of have an assignment for the next week. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to write down, you might have already done this, but if you haven't, to write down 7 lifetime goals. And this is like if you're at your funeral and you're looking back and you're seeing all the people there, what happened in your life that you aimed at specifically?
Did you ask? You're asking us to write our obituaries here?
Well, no, not necessarily your obituaries, but write down 7 lifetime goals and make sure that one of them is impossible. One of them is one of my lifetime goals is to transform the world's economic system from fear to love. And I've been working on that for like 30 years, and I see how to do it. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, but all the things that I'm going to share with you are linked to that, and it happened because of that impossible goal. Like it's like when you're unreasonable with the universe, sometimes the universe is unreasonable back with you and actually may grant your wish. And so each of you is a powerful person that can do whatever you set your sights to, but just what exactly do you set your sights to? And if you haven't done this, this was one of the first things I did a long time ago, and I've been aiming at these lifetime goals, for the last 25 years. And I've noticed that the type of information that comes to me, the type of people that come to me, what I'm working on, is always in alignment with those goals once I've set them out and identified them. So this is a very powerful exercise. And next week we'll take a look at what you wrote down and what you have. And then what will happen is each of you is going to see, the long-term aims of each of you. And it's always good to know, because some of the things might be similar, but it's good to know what the other people sort of are aiming at with their entire life. So I think we've come close to the end. I'm just wondering about any, each of you having a minute or two just to say whatever you want in conclusion, and then we'll end the session.
Can we, before we go, set our day and time for our next call?
Sure.
Okay. Same day, same time, or same week, sure. Same time?
Yeah. I'd like to have an exact weekly time that's the same, so we can all just count on it. This works.
Okay.
Yeah, this works for me.
Okay. Perfect.
That's
Perfect.
great. So it's Thursday, the 23rd at noon.
So then the 23rd is the second meeting, 30th, and we complete the 4th one on the 7th.
On the 7th of May?
Yeah.
What a great day. A 7 day. Elijah, if everybody could just share their personality types with Elijah, because we've done it all as Life Matters Learning Center.
Oh, awesome.
I'll start. I'm a 7. I'm the enthusiast. I love life. I'm a futurist. The light bulbs go off constantly. So for someone like me, I need a team of people to say, okay, there's an idea. It's a great idea. But what about putting all this stuff into place to make it happen? And Sylvia totally understands that about me. So I'm a 7. I'm the enthusiast. I love life. I see everything on the bright side. Even the COVID, I see what it's doing for me personally, never mind all the other people that have to stop in their tracks and take a pause in their lives.
Who's next?
I'll go. I have to pull it up. I tend, for whatever reason, in all my personality tests, whatever it is, I kind of am borderline with many. And so I came up as something, and then the next one, I did the full one, I came up as 9. And then very close behind, 5 and 1 are tied, and then 1 point behind that is the 6. And it's all very even Steven. So, but 9 is my highest, and then a 3 essentially way tied between 5, 1, 6.
Yep. And the 3 connected to the 9 in the triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm a 9, 7, and 2, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So what do you like? The 9 is the mediator, the peacemaker.
The peacemaker, yeah.
Yeah, the peacemaker. So kind of just what is in you, because honestly, there's 9 points, but you're dominant in 1. And what happens is we get into the habits and the patterns of personality, which is the Enneagram is to get you out of the box, not put you in a box. So if something's going on and you end up going to stress in a personality, you're going, oh my God, that person drives me, blah, blah, blah. It's really about you, and it's about getting out of the box and finding out that part of you. So to be, like Michelle said, she was pretty well even on 4 different personalities. That's pretty darn good, but you're still dominant in one of them. And then how do you feed them all? And I think that's something we're really going to be able to share with the world. And seeing the Inflow Matrix and the way my mapping system works in my company, honestly, it fits the personalities. It really, like one being the perfectionist and one being the accounting. How well do you keep track of your finances? That's my financial tool, right? So it kind of fits with each of the personalities. So we have 2 mediators in this.
Well, what about you, Emmanuel?
I'm an 8 and a 1 predominantly.
Yeah. So the 8's the action, the challenger.
Awesome. Oh yeah, we need that.
Darn right. Elijah?
I probably a 4, can be a bit of a 5, a bit of a 7, but it seems to be 4. I get very frustrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for anyone watching right now, what Laurie brought up was on the Enneagram, there are personality profiles at each number. And we have aspects of ourselves that are there, and it's quite a robust and deep methodology for understanding sides of ourselves and how to potentiate that. So I think we've come to the end, and I would just like to thank everyone for coming here, and the time went quickly. And I would just like to say that this is a very exciting time in the world, and what we're working on is a potential answer to helping humans to self-organize, to empower themselves, first to design their ideal job, to then get on a team, and then to build something called a shared knowledge community, which is a sort of a new paradigm structure to compete with the corporation as a methodology for humans to come together in business. And so that is one of your endpoints, is within your region, finding 144 people to gather together into this new economic structure. So that's part of the Planetary Guardians game, and you are now a Planetary Guardians team number 2. And at some point there's going to be a point scoring system, and it's going to get as fun as you can imagine. So I look forward to seeing you next week. This has been Elijah Ignatieff, and thank you very much for everyone watching right now.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elijah.
Thank you.
Stay healthy.
Sending you guys all virtual hugs.
Yes.
Heart to heart hugs.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, just one last thing. Do I have permission to post this?
Permission from me,
Sure,
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to you, and then because this is how we bring others in. They just see this and go, hey, I want to participate.
Oh, perfect.
Okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.